This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up? Back with another one. Charlamagne just responded to Joe Budden, claiming radio is better than podcasting. But let's break down the numbers. Let's check out this clip.
I think that most of the podcasts are done. I think if you're not a top podcast, you're done.
Bro, yeah. The bubble.
If you're not at the top of this thing, then I think you're done.
Why?
People with names, people without names, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from right now? Whoever is looking to pump millions and multi-millions.
Established podcasts that are impactful.
He wasn't talking. He was talking about.
Oh, no, that's
over.
over.
Remember when they gave Obama's a podcast?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
those days are over. They're only dealing with who is impactful.
You've already been proven in podcasting.
That's it.
Like
that's who's getting it back.
Yeah,
pretty
much.
Keep fucking throwing money around.
If you don't got an audience, I'm not giving you a deal.
Or you might have an audience.
But if you go independent, you can keep your costs down and make some money, then you can still win. Like, same thing with music.
People don't want to go independent. They don't want to spend their own money.
That part.
I've been telling Elliot
Same
Wolf
thing
to
with
spend
music.
his own money for ages. He won't.
rather take the check.
I told him to come with me to Everyday Struggle. No. He went over there to wherever he went. It wasn't Everyday Struggle. Who knows what he did? That Everyday Struggle, mistake. What a mistake. I mean, I told him to his face, so I don't feel bad saying that. What a mistake. They didn't have an extra $4,000 for you. Brand builder. That was a portfolio builder. That was a brand changer. That was
Radio is beyond powerful. Another thing, even when it comes to podcasting, right? I was laughing at podcasting. For all the people that out there that acting like podcasting is dying. I don't know why they're saying that, but
you can just buy
2025 podcast listening is growing rapidly. More than 584 million people listen to podcasts in 2025, with numbers expected to reach 619 million by next year. Engagement is high. 34% of Americans listen to an average of 8.3 podcast episodes per week, and 83% spend more than 9 hours listening weekly. Video is redefining the podcast landscape. More than half of shows are now posting full video on YouTube. Podcasting is a booming industry. The market is projected to be worth $17.59 billion by 2030. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something else real quick. And I want to talk about radio just for 1 second.
So it's like she did
ad revenue in radio 2025. You know how much ad revenue radio made in 2025?
No.
$12.3 billion for local radio across the country in America.
I think their last phone was like an iPhone.
$12.3 billion.
They're up to 17 now, right?
Digital ad revenue is $2.3 billion, $2.9 billion for radio. Now, listen to what I said, $12 billion.
They need to donate that.
Podcast ad revenue. I mean, now podcast ad revenue, $3 billion this year.
We gotta close out, yo.
So for all of these people who say things like, podcasting is bigger than radio. Radio made $12.3 billion in ad revenue this year. Podcast made $3 billion. I don't think y'all realize how much of a growing industry podcasting still is. Brilliant Idiots been around for 13 years, and we were one of the very first podcasts. People like Joe Rogan been around for 15? You know what I mean?
People come. And I'm wearing my coat.
It's still a growing business. So, I saw, I think it was Academics, maybe Academics and Joe, I don't know, maybe I'm misquoting them, but I saw them saying how, the podcast industry is dying. No, it's not. Not in no way, shape, or form. Now, I will say this.
So this dude,
you starting your little hip-hop shows. Okay. Everybody don't want to hear from y'all, but y'all got to be patient. I love the Need to Know podcast. Need to Know should have just been a little bit more patient. How many times have I shouted out Need to Know podcast?
That's not what happened.
They believe
What
the
happened?
woman is the other girl.
I'll tell you.
But
Charlamagne recently responded to Joe Budden, claiming that working for a radio station is better than being a podcaster because radio hosts supposedly make more money thanks to advertising revenue. While Charlamagne's point about the sheer size of radio advertising is valid, the reality of running a radio show is far more complicated than it sounds. Building and maintaining a radio show often costs millions of dollars between studio rentals, salaries for staff, paying the boss, and venture capital obligations from the media company that owns the station. A lot of money goes out before it reaches the host. On the other hand, Joe Budden's podcast operates on a smaller scale, with roughly 15 staff members each earning around $100,000 per year. This structure allows Joe to retain far more of the revenue himself, reportedly making around $20 million annually. When you break it down, while radio grosses huge amounts in revenue, the money is divided among a much larger team and overhead, meaning the host doesn't necessarily take home more. Podcasts like Joe Budden's benefit from low overhead, fewer employees, and direct revenue from sponsorships, subscriptions, and other monetization avenues, allowing individual hosts to earn substantially more.